So we start anew tomorrow when power shift hits the Hill and when we hit the pavement at the Capitol Power Plant. We're not just communicating with Washington, we're taking a message from here to the country, and here it is. It's time for citizens to take the helm. We've waited long enough. Let's start marching again in the footsteps of Dr. King. March for climate, march for health care, march for labor-free choice, march for our struggling communities and for social justice. Now, after 30 years, 2009, we've got to get it right. Thank you very much.
It's so nice to see so many people focusing on this kind of change, and to remember that when we put our voices together and we raise them in song, it reminds us that we can do things together we can never do alone, and that we can be bigger than the sum of our parts. One of the things that, one of the terms that's been really troubling for me is the term clean coal. Hearing the term clean coal. And I have to say it's broken my heart to hear the term clean coal come out of the president's mouth. Because clean coal really is a myth. And no matter how clean we learn to burn coal, the myth of clean coal is built on the people who live with 1 million gallons of coal sludge on top of a mountain behind their house. Or people who have so much coal dust in their water they can't drink their water out of the tap, or who have to bathe their kids in water with selenium in it, or the people of Buffalo Creek, 4,000 of whom got displaced in the middle of the 70s, and it goes on and on and on, and the story keeps repeating itself.
Just because Obama got elected doesn't mean this fight got any easier all of a sudden. You know, we didn't unelect ExxonMobil or Peabody Coal or anything like that. They're still out there doing just what they were doing before last November. But now we have a chance.
But when I look at you this evening, I recognize that there's still a people, there's still a part of humanity that refuses to give in to those who would want to use their interests to hurt other people. I look at you this evening and I recognize that while we still have a lot of work to do, and Mr. Barack Obama can't do it alone, neither can the 111th Congress, but I look at you this evening, filled to the rafters here and listener, and I recognize that we can do anything.
Yeah.
And
we have several prophets here for you tonight, but none more so than Mr. Layla Hood.
Temperature rising is feeling like it's hell here, and you affected whether rich or welfare. I got the hospitals that we make going green and do is form of universal health care. Hey, I'm going green, I'm going green, I'm going green.
I lifted the lid of the cool tank. It was full, almost overflowing. 600 gallons of fresh milk, a white nourishment, thick and sweet smelling, entirely beyond tragedy and floating with cream. I stared and stared. Oh, the relief of it, the beauty. Think what our lives will look like when we get them back.
I'm for change, but I know that political changes, as complicated and difficult as they are, can happen fairly fast. But that this change we're all for, if it's going to happen, we'll have to get beyond politics and become economic. And that's going to be hard and slow and require a lot of patience and a lot more intelligence than we have at the moment.
Climate change. I do not believe we can look for leadership beyond ourselves. I do not believe we can wait for someone or something to save us from our global predicaments and obligations. I need to look in the mirror and ask this of myself. If I'm committed to seeing the direction of our country change, how must I change myself? We are in need of a reflective activism, born out of humility, not arrogance, reflection with deep time spent in the consideration of others, opens the door to becoming a compassionate participant in the world.
It's incredibly moving for me every day to open the email. And now that we've got this global campaign going, and they're just people and things appearing from out of nowhere. So you open the email and you find that 1,500 Buddhist monks and nuns in Ladakh have spent a day talking about 350 parts per million CO2, and they've gone and formed a huge human 350 of the Himalayas in the background. Or you open the email and there's a photograph from a farmer in the Cameroon who's heard about this, and he, someone has texted him about it, and he's understood, and he and his neighbors have planted 350 trees on the edge of the village and hung a sign on it and taken a picture. And that's moving because you know for damn sure that nobody in Cameroon is causing climate change, and it's moving because you know that they're figuring out that they can play some role in ending this kind of stuff. I mean, it's really quite beautiful and powerful.
Gonna keep on moving forward.